What'd you talk to James about?
Alabama, Arkansas. Just arteries of decisions.
Did you think about,
No.
I mean, obviously you thought about it, just what went into Vogelback, just is a straight righty-lefty at the DH?
Yeah, it just creates some good options for us. We wanted to, want to keep him in the mix. Very quietly, he's doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's a good option for us. Keep him in a position to help us. Also create some challenges with their starter and their bullpen, hopefully.
You think we could see Alvarez start against righties, though?
Anything's in the realm of possibility, especially if the projections kind of fit. It's kind of tough, you're trying to do projections from guys coming from AAA and AA, really, but AAA. But there's a lot of things you look at.
Is it tough?
He went out today with Glenn and caught a bullpen. Wanted to do that with him and started working. Hopefully with the pitch comp. It's something he's not familiar with and something we're trying to kind of force feed. Still, it's kind of amazing that they don't have those down in AAA.
Did he figure out how to get it around his forearm?
Good memory. I think we put it somewhere else. Or I know in spring we were talking about getting a bigger strap.
Did Givens? Did
1, 2, 3. I heard all of it. What?
Did Givens do his work today?
Yes, he threw an inning. So did Tommy Hunter. They faced off. That went well physically. They felt good. Had the taxi squad guys hit off of him. Lange caught him. We had well.
Obviously, you have to make a roster move if you were to get either one of those guys back. I mean, is that a given that they'll be back? One or the other will be back on the roster.
We're kind of taking it day to day and seeing what the needs are and where we are. Billy and I and Jeremy talked about it today after those guys threw. So, we'll see where we are after the game tonight.
Is there anything new with Marte?
I got updated on him, and it was positive. His soreness had abated, or was less today, but still not there where he can hold a bat with his top hand or grip a baseball. But I thought, actually, from what I've been hearing, I thought it was a pretty positive narrative today. So making progress.
You mentioned Alvarez catching a bullpen. Is him catching in games here on the table?
Everything's in play here. Everything's in play. I mean, something may happen today where he has to come in the game and catch. But he's very capable of doing it. And if we need to, I wouldn't rule anything out at this point.
And
I'd love for at some point if everything would cooperate, but I'm not going to commit or deny it.
as a young guy who's still very much learning for Alvarez, how important is him working with Glenn and doing some catching stuff while he's here?
Well, we have good people in the minor leagues,
Sure.
Rob Nadel and those guys, but Glenn, it was great to watch. I know Mac was working with him today with the pitch comm and talking to him about some sequences and pitching, because Tomas was with Max, but no, Glenn and him have a good relationship from spring training, and he's talking with the catching coordinator and everything, and trying to get ahead of things. But no, Glenn's good with that. He's very quietly one of the better catching instructors you'll find.
I think this is a third straight start for Nito. Is he starting to separate himself a little bit in that catching?
I don't know about separate. I'm comfortable with all three of them. Obviously with experience level, Alvarez could be viewed differently, but no, I just thought Tomas is a good matchup for us tonight. He's swinging a hot bat, and we're going to take advantage of it with 5 games left to play.
What have you seen from him in the past month or so? He's hadn't hit a home run in 3 in September.
Yeah, he's finishing strong. He's had some good collisions, and they've gone. That ball last night, where's that in our ballpark? Maybe the same place. I don't know, but no, he's been swinging the bat well. He's had some production for us, and at this stage, we're going to try to take advantage of it.
Vogelbach's a really patient hitter, doesn't swing a ton. Are there times where maybe you'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive, or do you just let a hitter like that do his thing?
Yeah, it's part of his package, and he's walked 70-something times, and hitters know, pitchers know that he doesn't go out of the zone much. But I know what you're saying. Sometimes but it's pretty obvious how they're going to pitch him, and it's like somebody was asking me today about Wright, and the same thing as Fried. Fried landing the curveball last night. If this guy lands his breaking ball and a guy tomorrow lands his breaking ball, it'll be tough. But you have to match it from the other side. But as far as him being more aggressive, I wouldn't want it to get in the way of a strength of his, which is being selective.
Dom has had an interesting year, majors,
Mhm.
minors, mixing an injury. What's it like having him back on the taxi squad
Good.
and sort of that
He's
in
been great.
between?
No, he's been great. I talk to him pretty much every day, and Dom has a real mature grip on where he is. He knows he's going to get an opportunity to impact a major league club next year. It might be ours, but I think the last month or so down there, he started playing like a guy that was better than that level, and that was good to see. I think he really positioned himself in a good. There's a lot of people watching, and I told him so. I hope it's with us, but who knows what next year will bring.
It's beneficial for him to just be around the team right now.
Oh
this
yeah,
week.
when Billy's the people you bring up when they've got to serve a need, and they also have to be somebody that can contribute other than play. Someone like Tommy Hunter or Michael and those guys. You want to be selective about who you allow around.
Buck, is it hyperbole to say that Max has the kind of climb on my back persona that can benefit his team in a crucial game that's unique, or is some of that just a little bit romanticized?
I think it's kind of almost an osmosis thing. Whatever you use hyperbole, I'm going to use osmosis, whatever, if that's the right term. He doesn't go into it that idea. He doesn't say it verbally.
But does he
doesn't
project that?
He projects. Okay, who's the first hitter? What I got to do to get him out? Okay, who's the next hitter? What's the situation? Max is a stay in the moment. I've said this before about him and Edwin. The thing that's been so remarkable is they never take any hitter or any spot for granted. 2 outs, everything going, and 9-hole hitter. He attacks them like it's, that's what Edwin's done well. Edwin has been proactive. Max a proactive pitcher. I'm not going to do something that I could have avoided if I'd been more on point and more on my game. So. He's a guy you don't want to disappoint. So he he makes his teammates better.
What stands out to you the most about the season McNeil's had offensively?
He's been pretty consistent. I think left on left
Yeah.
is one thing. In order to be a left-handed hitter and have a chance to win a batting title, you have to be good against left-handed pitching, and that's why. And he's been a utility player for me from the standpoint of I could hit him anywhere in the batting order, and that's unusual, and it's really helped our batting order present challenges to the bullpens that other teams have, because being able to move him around really creates some stress on some bullpens.